What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenebris Infinite, and today we got a brand new hotfix for the Landfall update. This hotfix is one that I'm super stoked to see, especially as quickly as we've seen it here. This is fixing the weapon wheel for console players. This is fixing the assignments and getting them up and running for us alongside the fancy new FMT box, as well as fixing up things with base defense. So let's read through this letter from the team on the hotfix here. So the hotfix letter reads, "We've really appreciated all the kind words about our recent Landfall update, and we're happy to see everyone was just as excited to battle new machines as we were. There were a couple things that we saw which ended up going live when we might not have intended it, or just didn't shape up to our expectations. We are always reading as much feedback as we can get our hands on for every release, and will continue to do so. But in the meantime, there were a few points we thought needed addressing now. The weapon wheel fix. You can now move around while using this feature. Base defense. We fixed an issue that would cause shell casings ejected from players' guns to destroy your own buildings. Daily assignments should now be live again, and weekly assignments, these are now live for all to enjoy. Go check your FMT stations, and we'll get to that in just a second here. The weapon wheel had mixed feedback, as we've seen, and for good reason. For console players, it resulted in a subpar experience for those trying to utilize the new feature in combat, as you had to stand in place when switching to another slot. We've switched the input to the right stick on controllers for wheel selection, freeing up traversal at the same time. Base defense had some quirks that were originally perplexing to discover. Players were reporting quick destruction of their newly built walls, which was never intended. We quickly identified the issue to be a physics-related one. Whenever a shell casing would land on a built structure, it was somehow tagged to cause damage on impact. This should no longer occur. Daily assignments will now be available again. These were temporarily offline due to incorrect content keys going out with the Landfall update, which caused issues communicating with Apex Connect servers. For players, this would have resulted in various issues of not receiving loot for assignments, assignments not counting correctly, etc. These should not occur anymore, and since there are many categories of assignments, we'll be keeping a close eye if there are any further issues being reported. Weekly assignments. Somewhat related to the daily assignments, this new category will have longer-term goals for you and your fellow resistance fighters. For those of you that love to chase longer-term goals, you can find them in the same place you do with your other assignments. We will continue to monitor the release after this hotfix and keep an eye on how well these solutions are working. In the meantime, we're also moving forward through the roadmap on some fresh new features for you all. The Generation Zero team, what a bombshell at the end, man. So we'll take a second to look at those assignments here in just a second, but first of all, the fresh features. Dude, it's exciting. It could either be maybe the base assault, could be some of the progression and skill iteration, regional revamps, new side missions, the control points, who knows, dude? It could be any of those things, but it's just exciting to know that there are fresh features being worked on for what's going to be, hopefully, potentially, the next update for Generation Zero, or even beyond that. But then, on top of that as well, it's just awesome to see this hotfix come out. Again, the momentum in 2022 is incredible to see here from the team, and just hats off for doubling down and getting this hotfix out. Jumping back into the game here, let's take a look at the FMT Station. So, we have the weekly resistance progress. This is, from the looks of it, going to be a kill challenge of killing ticks, hunters, and tanks. Maybe, potentially, we might see a video for me later on this, if need be, but it might be really simple. We'll see here in this video. But then, alongside that, there's complete a defense mission at your home base, perform a dance emote within the home base, and then destroy 25 runners. Just 3 easy ones to start off with. And resistance points, I'm just noticing this now. And like, okay, so the material satchels, I think that this is just kind of signifying what we're going to get, and then we'll see those types of items inside of the FMT reward box. But resistance points, very, very curious. So we now have another type of points to gather in this game outside of prestige points. And these ones are, I guess, going to be farmable as well, too. Which, that's going to be kind of cool. It'll be awesome to see who in the community can keep up with the assignments and actually, like, get the most resistance points. That'll be really cool to see in the long run here. But I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go off and dance in the home base. Man, I love those new radio songs. I hope maybe someday we could get like a radio we could put in the base to like flick through the songs just to listen to them casually and be able to like see all the songs that are in the game in one go. Could maybe put like the Generation Zero organ theme and some of the organ songs into there too. But let's see what we got for our rewards sitting here in the reward trunk. 10 simple first aid kits. Very nice, man. Very nice. And the nice thing is, too, is we can then leave things in our FMTEL box, and I'm pretty sure that this is an extra form of storage that you can then have, where you're just kind of storing everything that you get as rewards from the FMTEL station. The huge benefit of the FMTEL box is that there is no storage limit. There is no weight cap inside of it. So that might make it potentially even better than our Plundra. Okay, interesting. It seems like the progress here has gone up just maybe from us doing this mission. But let's do another one and then see what happens here. Because that's interesting. Maybe these are like easy missions and it's like once you do, what would it be? 6 missions, 6 easy missions, you've completed that one. And then 6 medium and 6 hard missions. Interesting. So we're going to kill these 25 runners the easy way. We're going to go in between Turnboda scans here, as well as Osterhollen over here. And we're just going to farm between these 2 locations because they both spawn about, like, I think 6 to 8 runners at both spots. So just a couple jumps back and forth, and we should be able to get those 25 runners done real quick here. Okay, so let's check in with our assignments now that we've done that doggo one. And definitely, yeah, that bar is going up. So every time you complete an assignment, you'll make progress towards each of these reward packages. And presumably, as we get each higher reward, you'll get better rewards for each package. Now, I've also found something incredibly spicy in here that we're going to talk about in just like 2 seconds. But for now, for the assignments, some assignments might not be working. As the dev letter had kind of stated, there is a huge amount of assignments here put into the game. So if you run into any assignments that aren't tracking properly or aren't rewarding properly, please go on over to the forums, which will be linked in the description down below, and post a bug report. So if we come on over into the menu, into the logs over at the tutorial section, and we scroll all the way on down to the bottom, there's something that managed to sneak its way into this update in the tutorials here that tells us all about the control points. So, Phoenix control points, destructible structures. Most structures that are part of a Phoenix control point can be destroyed if they take enough damage. Some unique structures, however, can only be destroyed by completing a certain mission objective. Note that this feature is only available in certain designated areas. So control points! Dudes! We're gonna be able to go off and fight Phoenix bases and destroy Phoenix bases! All their base are belong to us! No, but on the real, Phoenix control points sound super interesting. I can't wait to go off and have like little repeatable mini missions across the map and mini assaults. Kind of like, you know, liberations, Phoenix Outpost liberations here in the game. It's gonna be so friggin' cool. And then on top of that, the assignments, this hotfix, bringing around the assignments and getting them up to snuff here in the game is just really awesome, man. And the FMTEL box, I think it's pretty safe to say that we could just leave our resources in that box, and it's now a secondary form of farming that we can do in the game, a kind of safety net for if you ever run out of a certain resource. And then the weeklies. The weeklies are super cool. And this whole structure of like completing assignments to accrue resistance points to unlock further rewards and stuff is just giving us this cool kind of like checklist type thing that we can do in the game. And outside of crafting, we don't have any other activity like that in the game. It's very unique and it's super awesome. So there we go, my dudes. The hotfix is out, and heck, is it a big one. Again, huge shoutouts to the team for making Landfall so stellar and for getting this hotfix out so promptly. And man, those control points, that's gonna be so sick to get into with you dudes. But now that we're at the end here, let me know what you think of this hotfix. If you're a console player, maybe let me know how this weapon wheel is feeling now. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that thumbs up button so we can reach the whole community with this one. And maybe consider subscribing if you want to stick around for more. But for now, my dudes, stay awesome, and I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.